Nigeria currently, global C of O is just like you getting a family receipt. Zero. If you did not go through the master planning that's set up for the real estate company you're about to invest in, and you are having C of O, the government may tell you at the end of the day that you are building on the wrong land. The master plan is what determines the vision of the government. A lot of you will be making mistake investing in Lekki and paying instrumentally, and you are jeopardizing your future when you make a decision to invest in Lekki paying instrumental. The global C of O is currently family receipt. Yoruba would always make an adage. They will say, which simply means that when my hand is not enough to get to something, I am using a stick to draw it close. The contract that they set in every instrumental payment is to benefit the organization, not you. Hello, every single one of you. Welcome to the Man of Thought, and today we are going to be discussing about avoiding buying property on installment if you are in diaspora. First of all, I want you to understand that all my episodes are another banger. So watch out on this and pay attention to everything that I have to say regarding this subject. Now, let us move further on this particular stuff. It has come to my attention that a lot of people are investing their money in real estate in Nigeria. In fact, specifically in Lagos, a lot of people are promoting real estate property around Lekki, Ekpe, all these axes. And the problem of people in diaspora when they decide to buy property in Lagos is in Nigeria, they focus on Lagos simply because Lagos is the most accessible area for them to invest in. And because Lagos is very easy for them to access, they make a decision to buy property in Lagos because the airport is already there. And because the airport is there, it is an easy access. But I want to tell you something that is very important. You see, before we proceed on this, I will break down some things for you, and I want you to pay attention carefully to what I want to say. Let me first of all treat the issue of marketers. A lot of you in diaspora that is buying property from Nigeria, most of you don't even know how you come across those real estate property. And I will give you a scenario. Most real estate that I know, suddenly a recent thing became stuff that I begin to observe, that there is a particular real estate organization that will make decision now to tell some of their marketers who has been with them for a very long time. They begin to tell them that, yes, we are liberating you to go start your own property, for you to go start your own real estate company, because you've been with us and you've served us for it for some time. And some people would think that, oh, this real estate company are very generous. This real estate company are very good, and they want all the people who have served them to do well in life. Hold on. Think again. Nigerians, we know how we process our thoughts. I tell people one thing. There is no scam that people want to bring in Nigeria that I am not really aware of, except I decide to ignore it. The reason is because my foundation, where I spring up from as a child, is to understand people who are doing fraudulent things around me. I was working in their midst. I was helping them install system, to help them repair their computers, to see. So I listened to all their discussion, and that's why I was able to gather many information. So the only thing at this particular junction you need to understand is that scamming and fraud in Nigeria only updates themselves. But when you have understand the basics and the fundamental of scamming, you can always update yourself. And this is what is happening. A lot of you do not understand how you came in contact with people who are selling property for you. You just heard and you started investing. And let me give you the tricks that real estate company does. Real estate, I told you in one of my other episode that some real estate organization would hire marketers from the university. And in university girls, most especially, they use university girls. These girls will be marketers, and they understand that some of you are their uncle and aunties that are in diaspora, and they want to sell property. Because they want to make a gain, they would not be the marketer as your brother and sister that will sell the property for you. They will give it to another person who is a marketer. Are you getting the picture? Your brothers or sisters or your cousins knew you want to buy property. Probably you have been calling them, probably you have been telling them that you are interested in investing, let them help you get a property, a place that you can invest and buy property from in Nigeria. But because they've attached themselves to that real estate company, they will make a decision to tell another marketer to get involved with you. Now you begin to discuss with that particular marketer, but your brother or your cousin or your family member are doing one-on-one conversation to know how the thing is going on. So whatever you are saying, they already have the information. So that when you pay the money to the marketer, they will be able to have their share and they will pay to the company. But the interesting part is this. When the company is done using these people and they did not probably allocate your property to you after 2 years, 1 year, and you are still outside the country and you've not moved to Nigeria, this company would most likely want to refund back your money because the value of that property now has increased. And because the value of the property have increased, they don't want to give you your allocation because they are going to be losing. So them, they've already collected the money, and now that the property value have increased, they will be looking for every means necessary for you to ask for refund because you pay the money instrumental. And a lot of them are most likely capitalizing on the fact that you are going to default a payment. One issue is going to happen, and the moment you press with them and you are not bowing to them, they will take advantage of you and request that the contract is being terminated. And if the contract is terminated, they would ask you that they want to refund the money. Refunding the money back to you, probably you bought it at that particular junction for 5 million naira. Now there is a VAT that they will tell you that they want to remove from the money. There's a charges that they will tell you they want to remove. Like some company that we know, they will say they are removing 25%. Some will tell you 30%. Some will tell you 15%. But when they remove that percent, you have already ignored the fact that the value of that property is now probably 10 million naira. So they are selling it now for 10 million naira. They are making their money with the new client, and they are returning back your money to you. And they are not going to be paying you once. The moment they decide to pay you, they are going to be paying you instrumentally because they will say you give them the money instrumentally. And because you gave them the money instrumentally, they have every right. If you take them to any part of the court would give them the agreement is that you collect the money instrumental. In fact, if you are being scammed in Nigeria, defrauded, anything that happens to you, as long as it's not armed robbery, the judge of Nigeria, or most likely court, would ask you to pay the money as you can pay the money, and which that jeopardize your own money. And I want you to also bear it in mind that inflation happens to Nigeria economy. That means that property you were able to get for 5 million then, now you can use that money to get, if you use it in buying full plot, maybe now you can use that money to get half plot, even for the fact that you would not even get that money, the good sum of amount of money that you actually invested in the property. And so your cousins or your family members who introduce you to that marketer can collect their own share of that money. That marketer can go out of the company and decide to work with another real estate company and block your phone number. And if you can't get in touch with that person, the company can also deny that you paid their money to get a property. Even if they agree, now they will pay you back instrumental, or they will most likely tell you that add more money to it for you to be able to get your property back from them. That means if you've paid 5 million before, they will ask you to pay extra 5 million or extra 6 million so that you can get the property back. That brings me to number 2, as an issue of we're talking about you to stop, for you in diaspora to stop investing in property that you're paying instrumental. Now, let me make this clear. Like I said earlier, that a lot of you are interested in investing in Lekki axis, Lagos. You guys need to start thinking out of the box. They sell an idea for you that you are seeking for comfort. And because you're seeking for comfort, you are supposed to buy property within an area that wouldn't stress you. And that's fine, because Lagos have much security. Lagos have more lifestyle, more parties and clubs and all of that. And a lot of you cherish such environment. But I think that you guys need to start thinking out of the box to understand that they are capitalizing on the fact that you love this particular property in this particular location to request more money from you. A land that you can actually get for 20 million or for 5 million, they might sell it for you for 20 million. And they ask you to pay instrumental. There is the dilemma. The dilemma is that they sell an idea for most people that you are going to buy a property and it has global C of O. And in this global C of O, you guys are looking at it from the aspect that if I'm paying instrumental, it actually stops you from having the audacity to make certain requests. Let me put it this way. If I want to buy a property from a real estate organization with the information that I already have, and I have my money intact, the right thing for me to do is to ask them for the master plan of the real estate, of the company, from the government, and then take it to the government, get the master plan and take it to the government to verify. But if you're buying from most real estate, what they mostly do to you guys, because you are buying on instrumental, is to tell you that they have global C of O, and they most likely will send you a copy of global C of O, send you a copy of survey when you start paying or when you start committing your payment to their hands. And when you start doing this, I want you to understand this, that in Nigeria currently, global C of O is like you doing it's just like you getting a family receipt for buying property. This is how diminishing global C of O is like now, or let us say C of O of property. It looks like you are having family receipt, because if you did not go through the master planning that's set up for the real estate company that you are about to establish or that you are about to invest in, and you are having C of O, the government may tell you at the end of the day that you are building on the wrong land, just like the way they did for the landmark man. Would you tell me that that landmark individual would have invested there without doing the necessary documents? But when you fail to get the master plan, because the master plan is what determines the vision of the government for that particular environment. It's like one of our real estates now that we know, that I'm in, that I bought property. Because we actually did paid instrumental, we didn't make certain inquiries. Right now, we discovered that the master plan that the government gave to them, they did not follow the master plan. In fact, they've exceeded the boundaries that the government gave to them. And in the future, a lot of landlords, a lot of house owners are going to be paying the price for it. Their house will get demolished because this real estate company, just because of greed, they've decided to build houses on the places that they're supposed to do drainages. They've built every individual, every houses are having their own boreholes. And they promised us that there was going to be centralized borehole system. Where there's supposed to be drainages, they've sold out to all those particular areas. People have already built on all those particular areas. Now, if they make a decision that they want to start doing drainages, now that means houses are going to get collapsed. If the government, which we have not actually pushed it out to the government, the moment we take it to the state high court of the particular state I'm talking about, houses will be gone. And a lot of you will be making this mistake, investing too many millions in Lekki. A lot of you will be making mistake investing in Lekki and paying instrumentally, and you are jeopardizing your future when you make a decision to invest in Lekki paying instrumental. If you don't have the money, so you can have the courage to make the necessary requirements of the master plan, not global C of O. Global C of O is a format. Global C of O is currently family receipt. If you don't have the master plan of the government and make sure that the company is following through according to the master plan, zero. Any millions you pay is zero. There will not be anything for you to write home about. How many houses in Lekki has been demolished? Houses that people have been living for years. Now you hear that it's Kana. It is simply because most people in diaspora are not being patient, and you are hiding some things from certain people you should be making inquiries from. And I don't blame you for it, because Nigeria is like this. But at the end of the day, you want something for yourself to show off for your hard work in your mother's land, and we applaud you for that. But you have to be very, very careful. And I'm putting it out to everyone today. If you make a decision that you want us to verify a particular real estate for you, you can always communicate with me. My number is on go to about on my YouTube channel. You're going to see my contact. You can chat me through Instagram. I can help you do some verification. The reason why I can help you do those verification is also because I understand that lawyers lie. I am more interested. I've been given a lot of offers to be an ambassador for certain real estate organization, to advertise for certain real estate organization, and I declined because I want to build a reputation for myself, which I have been doing, fighting for a lot of people. In fact, I've gone to jail in fighting for a lot of people in real estate. And I'm still willing to do it. Maybe I'm more technical. Maybe now I put my lawyers in place. Maybe now I have to get my own legal advisors, and we know the best way to do things. But I would rather do this over and over until we can correct the system of fraud in Nigeria. But here's the bone of contention. You have to make sure that if you want to buy property in Nigeria, it is better to go to rural areas than focusing on urban areas. And I'm not saying you shouldn't invest in urban areas, but Yoruba would always make an adage. They will say, which simply means that when my hand is not enough to get to something, I am using a stick to draw it close. When you don't have the capital to invest in real estate property and do your due diligence by getting the master plan and verifying the master plan from the government, and you go and make sure that you start paying instrumental, Yoruba would also add one word. They will say, that means your money is gone. You know when they blow juju, that's so your money go take go. So do not believe any real estate organization who is telling you to pay instrumental. The contract that they set in every instrumental payment is to benefit the organization, not you. You are not the person in their best interest. You are not the best person they think about. The idea is not to make your life simple. The idea is for you to make mistake. Pour money there, invest, and they will capitalize one way or the other, find an offense, find an excuse. They would not give you this particular portion of land you paid for. They would reduce the portion of land. They will give you a different location. And with all those problems, at the end of the day, you did not make a lot of inquiries, and you think because you have global C of O, at the end of the day, because they attach it when you pay for deed of assignment and the rest of it, and then you make a decision to pay, okay, you will lose at the end of the day. It's as simple as ABC. I would rather tell you that if you want to buy property in Nigeria, first thing you need to do is to make a decision as an individual, just like the advice that have been given to me by many people, which I've thought about it, and I think that it is best. Come to Nigeria yourself. And I know a lot of you are kind of busy. If you don't have family members that you can trust, you don't have lawyers that you can trust, you feel like maybe I'm just one of the fraudulent people because in Nigeria you don't trust anybody. I could be coming up and maybe I'm also one of them. You know, Nigeria, you don't trust anyone. If you think everything is lie, then come to Nigeria yourself and come and do your verification. Do your verification yourself. At least be on ground while you are making these particular inquiries and doing this particular research. And you need more information, which I'll be putting out more in other videos, but this particular video, I'm putting it out to you that instrumental payment for real estate organization is a bad deal. The contract does not suit you. If you even, they are going to default a lot of things, and they are not going to put the clauses when they are writing those contracts. But it is when you need your money back, or when they disappoint you and you get angry and you want your money back, then you're going to be hearing stories. I have seen this happen over and over. There is no one who has bought instrumental payment housing and did not get the house and did not regret or lose at the end of the day. And most real estate companies are very good at it. And this is why they push it out to you. In fact, I will stylishly say it, but I will not fully say it. So hear one word and don't hear the other word. Fear any real estate company who is selling property for you on installment. Why would they sell property for you on installment? If they are truly put in their money for the property, they own the property, they've done all their due diligence, why would they be in a rush to collect petty money from other people? It is a question you are supposed to wake up and ask yourself. Now, some of them would even tell you that you should buy a property for 1 million naira, but you can start with depositing 50,000 naira, and you have the span to pay it within 1 year. Where do you think that sentiment is coming from? If I want to buy a property of 1 million naira and I can deposit and start with 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000, what is the chances that I'll be able to meet up within 1 year? It's simply because they want your money to enter bush. Fear, I repeat, diasporas. The difference is if you are in Nigeria, you can still do some little bit of follow-up. But people who have been in diaspora that I have helped in a lot of cases that have addressed some of their issues, many of them who buy from diaspora directly and they pay instrumental, some of them even paid outrightly, and yet they get story. Now comparing to you that you are buying on installment. your case will be season movie. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe right now, because I'm giving an information that is very going to be helpful to those who want to be investors in Nigeria and are in diaspora, anywhere you are in the world. Fear most real estate organization. It is better for you to see the property, tell somebody to go to the property, do your verification, check the master plan, make sure it's not in government accusation, check all the documentation, verify the documentation, and then pay outrightly. It is better doing it that way than focusing on all those real estate organizations. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, share, like my video. Have a blessed day. See you in the next one. Adios, amigos.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. And then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. And then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.